What is going on, everyone? It is the Platform Sports Talk Show. I am your boy Smooth.
And I'm standing, baby.
Because when it's about sports,
It becomes our business. And business just picked up.
yes, it has. How you doing, brother?
Oh, man, I'm doing good.
That's what's up, man. Sorry for the delay, but we ready to go.
We ready.
I can hear myself.
Smooth and ready.
It's been a long time since I've done that. You know
Smooth
what?
and ready.
Hey,
Oh, damn.
it's been a long time since I've done that. It kind of felt good, mommy of Sadal in them days, man.
Man.
But we hope that y'all are having a incredible Wednesday. The weather,
Wonderful Wednesday.
weather has been crazy.
It's been weird.
Yeah.
It's been up and down. It's all over the place. I don't know what it's about to do.
Yeah, I don't know what's going to
It
happen.
rained for like, 5 minutes earlier today?
Right.
I went outside. I was like, man, it look hot. And I was like, oh, it's raining?
Man,
Oh, okay.
I was working, and all of a sudden I'm like, I heard boom. I'm like, is it about to rain? Like, it's some straight thunder going on. Then I heard it rain, and something. I'm like, okay, there's St. Louis for you.
I mean, that boom could have been a firework, you know.
Nah.
No,
Even
okay.
though there has been, for the last month.
Still. Like, it's like, oh, y'all just
And they
popping
still
them
going
off.
strong. Still going strong. And, at the end of the day, I feel like, you know what, maybe that's going on because since the pandemic and since what's going on with the social injustices going on around
Yeah.
the world, it's like it's our way of saying, you know what, we're going to, light some things up, make
It's
people
like, you know,
uncomfortable, the whole nine.
Pop some fireworks.
Yeah.
Pop out.
Like, your way of expression a little bit. But that's what's up right there, man. So this is your Wednesday night Sports Delight.
Pop out.
And as I said as you saw on our post, we starting the show, boom, like fire. So
Pop out.
getting it in. So as of last week, unfortunately, B. Baker is no longer on the show. He said he had to go ahead and go. So it was definitely a blow because you and I, Stan, definitely appreciate everything, what I'm saying, that he done for our
Hey,
show.
man, he came in a hot head of steam, just hit the ball rolling, man, or hit the ground rolling. Sorry, and we just appreciate all the contributions he made in the short time that he was here. So it definitely doesn't go unnoticed. We gonna miss you, B. Baker.
Yes.
Youth pastor. No.
And I was gonna say that is that it'll be a joy getting the show started and then seeing y'all two right off the bat.
Right off the bat, it's like, what's going on, brother?
Just going back and forth talking about clothes.
If I wasn't too worried about the integrity of these waves right now, because the boy wouldn't got a cut today, and ooh, boy, it's like I was looking at myself and I was like, wow, these the best my waves have ever waved before.
Ever waved before.
Ever waved before.
And before we continue, for those interested in commenting, we can see your comments on the show. So you have to make sure you comment, of course, under any of our pages on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and your comments, questions will be shown in front of the whole world, and we will definitely get to them and interact. We want this show to continue to be about y'all commenting, and it's not just about us. It's about all y'all giving y'all thoughts, questions, everything in regards to sports. So if y'all been watching the show, been rocking with B. Baker, comment throughout the show, show them some love, let them know that, hey, it's all support. It is all love in regards to what he brought to the show. So just personally, bro, thank you very much for all your contributions. You brought in some great guests along the way. We had that incredible show with Jahadi White 2 weeks ago, and you brought in the fellas, John Pullman, and brought in Jamie Price from Marlon Whitfield. You brought in so many guys who may not have seen the show in the past, but because of your presence and you holding things down, more people know about it. And with that being said, we hope that even more people continue to follow what we're doing because we got something special. I know that it's not easy to, commit to so many different things. I know you're so busy with everything you got going on.
He's a man of many talents. A man of many talents.
Right, making moves. So, I mean, just being committed to something, hey, it ain't easy to do. But during the time you was here, you definitely held things down. And just know that anytime you want to come on back, join us, conversate the whole nine, whether it's via phone or in person, you already know.
And bring your nameplate. He had a nameplate.
Right. So
executive.
He helped us out with the stickers and the whole nine. So
stickers. He had wristbands.
Everything. So once again, man, B. Baker, thank you very much. Once again, for those watching, comment, showing some love. Anytime you want to come back and just shoot the breeze, the whole nine, same thing with it all. Anytime you want to come on through, chop it up, let's get it in. But thank you for all your contributions, man, because you made this show even better, made me better, and just like to just enjoy the conversations, man. Talking about his high school days,
man,
everything.
Talking about my Jewish league days will not be the same.
I about to say the same thing. Him
man,
talking
I
about
that
them
one day,
man.
Back in the Jewish league. Yo, when he sent that picture, I died laughing. I was like, oh, you just pulling up on my old stomping grounds. Yeah. Well, okay. Don't make me lace up the... See, I can't even remember the names of the shoes I had because, they weren't the Jordans, weren't the Nikes. It was some old pair. It was named after I think it was the Dornbeckers or something. I don't know what I was wearing. I was wearing something, but it was my shoe, and ain't nobody else had the shoe.
Right. That's it right there. So, like I said, man,
I was wearing German Jordans.
German Jordans, the Air Josephs.
The Air Josephs.
The Air Blocker. But yeah, so once again, man.
I don't think that's German, brother. I think that's just a noise.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so once again, man, we just want to say thank you for all your contributions, man. So that being said, as you see on the top right of your screen, already getting to the rebranding, repackaging, you see our updated logo. Shouts out to Tono, man. He held things down with our previous logo, and he's doing it again, damn it. Holding things down with that. So you're going to start seeing more of this and some more stuff in the future. Shouts out to Woke Brand Unit, totally, the whole team. Definitely in regards to Marina, who did the commercial shoot for us, the photo, promo shoot and everything. We're going to be doing some things different with that as well, little alterations. But we're going to keep bringing you this heat because we are your Wednesday night sports delight. So thank you very much, man. So, that being said, outside of B. Baker, man, what else going on with you, bro?
Jamal Crawford just went to the Nets.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Well, I mean, they had to because they didn't have nobody else.
But yeah, Jay Crossover is back in the NBA.
And didn't Spencer Dinwiddie, what's his name, Dinwiddie?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't he get COVID like 2 times now? Just crazy. But that's the effect of trying to get things going. And I think I heard a story.
Let's get you COVID like crazy.
Right. I heard a story of like Freddie Freeman, the baseball player from the Atlanta Braves. Like he took all the precautionary measures, was staying in the house, doing everything he felt was right. And back then, still got it. So
I'm in the house, ain't nobody coming in.
It's crazy. Like he made
so you have
family
COVID-19.
Wasn't doing nothing. He was taking all those steps and still had it. So it's just crazy. But all we can stress for people is just be smart. Don't be reckless with it. We know you got to be outside. We know you're going to go places, but just be smart with what you do and how you do it.
We know you got to be outside. Just wear a mask.
That's all. And if you just out here trying to touch people on purpose, you might get your say Karen.
What happened?
I feel you. So continue on, man. Basketball wise, shouts out to McCoy Maker. He first got to be a high prospect. I think he's a senior now in high school, but he committed to Howard University. The first to go ahead and change the game by going to a HBCU. We had the discussion a few times in the past. I know T-Bone talked about it a while back, and finally made something happen. McCoy Maker dude was like 6'11", 6'10". Dude built. He gonna change the game for HBCUs, and he hopes that other elite top prospects do the same thing.
Yeah, I know that there was a lot of talk about it. I know somebody had tweeted maybe I'll go to HBCU, so a lot of people were contemplating it. But he's, like you said, the first one to actually like go out and do it.
Yeah,
like so he went and made the move. So definitely big ups to him. Hopefully that will lead to more young African American top athletes going to the HBCUs.
Right.
Just bringing bringing attention to the HBCUs, even though they already have attention in other areas, but to have it to where HBCUs can be top contenders in athletics to the point where you'll see HBCUs in March Madness or any of these other tournaments. Not a lot. Well, I know some have football teams. Not a lot of them do.
Mm-hmm.
So, just to have that to start. Like 2020 was the starting period of a lot of things. So, I'm just excited to see how they all pan out.
Right. Yeah, so, man, shouts out to you, Lakua Maker, for changing the game and maybe possibly, like you said before, leading the way to others doing the same thing and start hitting up these HBCUs. Speaking of college still, the Ivy League just announced today that they will not have any fall sports at all.
Which, really ain't hurting nobody. But it's like the Ivy League. Oh, damn. You mean we're not going to see the Harvard and Yale battle it out on the hardwood? Like,
but you had those fans who did enjoy seeing those Ivy League games, though.
I mean, yeah.
I mean, it's not, of course, the Dukes and Kentuckys.
I'm about to say, until they stepped out of that Ivy League and then started playing them other teams. It's like,
Because didn't Jeremy Lin go to Harvard?
Yeah.
So, he got
that's just a
one-off, huh?
I still can't explain where Jeremy Lin came from because it just happened.
Lin sanity. Lin sanity. So, yeah, so they say that once again.
It left as quick as it came.
Yeah. As of right now, they will not have any sports until, hopefully, January the 1st.
2021?
Yeah. Huh. So, and shouts out to Maya Moore.
Yes. Maya Moore.
Took 2 years out of her playing career. Go ahead.
Maya Moore has been going crazy. I don't think she just took 2 years. Didn't she retire fully?
No, she.
Or was it just a step forward?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, with all
seasons, 2 full seasons.
But with everything that she's accomplished in this time, do you see her going back?
Yeah, I do because I'm sure she still has the love for the game. It was just a matter of let's take care of this business first. And she stayed there. She stuck through it. And as soon as he got out, and let me pull up his name real quick. I forgot to get his name. You recall his name?
Good Lord, brother.
Yeah, I should have had that ready. I'm sorry.
I didn't even know you was going to talk about Maya today. I was like, I brought up Maya Moore.
Yeah.
Okay.
But as soon as he got out of jail, because I think he was serving like a 50-year sentence, and he was already like in a 23rd year, and she fought for him and made it happen. So definitely shouts out to Maya Moore for changing the game and staying with that while Stan pulls up.
Jonathan Irons.
That's it, Jonathan Irons. So yeah, they were already on like Good Morning America, stuff like that. But just for her to step away from her passion to help this brother out, and for what's crazy, I didn't know this happened in Missouri.
Mm-hmm. He's from she's from Jeff City,
right?
But I think what happened in St. Louis, if I'm not mistaken.
It's crazy. But like I said, for her to do what she did, man.
It occurred in the St. Louis suburb. He was 16 when it happened.
It's crazy.
So, and he was 39 in January of this year. So I don't know if his birthday has happened. But he was 39 when this article came out. And so he was either 39 or 40 when he was released. So it's the fact that he had already served almost half of that 50-year sentence. And then it's like, okay, yeah, he can't get that time back, though, at the end of the day. So just to be able to have freedom,
right?
I know he's grateful for that alone. So definitely shout out to Maya Moore for making that a possibility and for not giving up on it.
Correct. Like I said, man, it ain't easy to just leave your passion getting paid doing this and to leave for 2 seasons
Yeah.
and do your thing. So shouts out. And speaking of which, the WNBA announced recently that their players are going to have names of women that was killed by police or for racial violence on the back of their jerseys.
You are gonna see a lot, if not every jersey. It's probably gonna say Breonna Taylor. I mean, no disrespect to Tatiana and Sandra and the other women that have been killed at the hands of police, but right now I feel like you're gonna see a lot of Breonna Taylor because unlike those cases, we still have yet to arrest
Yes.
the killers of Breonna Taylor. It's been 120 plus days. Still nothing.
Right. So their voices will be heard or shown on the back of the jerseys. So I look forward to just seeing the great representation of holding Breonna Taylor down and others as well who's been victims of all this hate and bad policing. So Vince Carter, I meant to bring this up last week, but he officially announced within the last 2 weeks that he has officially retired.
Which is just sad. Not the fact that he's retiring, but just the way that his retirement is spanning out.
They couldn't have that proper.
I feel like he can retire, but whatever team, I don't know what team he'll try to just be a member on. Like he doesn't have to play, but he can be a member on the team. I feel like he deserves.
Like you talking about sign a 1-day contract.
I'm not even saying sign a 1 day. I'm just saying sign a 1 seasoner, but you don't play. Just so you can have your. Well, he'd play half the seasons because I feel like he would play the home game and then the games, the away games, but he won't play every single game. So he'll play that game in that town that one time, and then that's it. Just have one last game, against every team. Have a true final season because it was taken from him due to COVID-19. So
right.
I just believe that for a man of Vince's stature, who was until Kawhi Leonard came along the greatest Raptor of all time in everybody's opinion, and he still might be. I just feel like he deserves that. With the dunks he gave us, he deserves that. Man. That man put his arm in the rim.
And I was watching a little documentary about that, and he even admitted that was his plan, was to do something in which he wanted to land on his 2 feet with the whole arena quiet. That was his plan. So when he did that dunk, after what he did earlier, and then to land, and everybody was just like I think you saw Shaq doing this okay, what did we just see?
Did he just
Garnett, Chris
Did he
Webber.
just put his arm?
They wait a minute. What?
Let's go home. Let's go home.
Right. So he did that.
Kenny been saying let's go home for the past
It's over.
20-some years.
It's over.
It's over. Let's go home.
So
that's a 50.
I recall one of our first shows that we ever did for the Platform Sports Talk Show, and this was one of the questions that we had was, who was the better dunker overall? And I will always say, man, it has to be Jordan. It has to be, because of whatever, just because how great he is. I think I realized over time that Vince Carter has to be that all-time dunker, man.
What was it last season in a warm-up game? He did the three, just during warm-ups, he did the 360 dunk from the dunk contest.
Right.
Nothing changed. And it was just okay.
But just doing all the in-game dunks that he did, never forget the one he
This
did
between him and Kemp,
with
man.
Team USA when he jumped over the 7-foot dude.
Oh yeah, when he had hair.
Oh my God! Right, when he did that joint.
It was.
Shaq talked about the dunk he had on Alonzo Mourning when he cocked it back and rammed it on.
I mean, Vince Carter was just a different breed.
Half amazing.
He was. he had that factor.
Yeah. special. The guy is special.
Indeed.
Once again, leave them comments. Let us know what your thoughts. If you have any topic you want to discuss sports-wise, post it. Let us know so we can discuss it with you, get into some great conversation. But once again, Vince Carter, officially retired. Do you feel that, with all said and done, that he's a Hall of Famer?
Yeah.
And that's because what?
Because there's people in the Hall of Fame that did less than he did, so he better be a Hall of Famer.
People like who?
You really gonna make me say it?
Yeah. And see, all right. So before you say it, the reason why I asked this question, because I'm not too sure he is. The reason why I bring that up, and I was looking at First Take, Stephen A. has some great points. So he started out his career being the guy, pretty much in Toronto.
Okay.
Started off like 20-something points a game, doing his thing. Then T-Mac came, and he really wasn't that guy no more. Then he started getting traded to different teams, like the Nets, the Magic.
I mean, you can't attribute any of that to being his fault,
right?
Like,
but still, when he moved, he stopped being that guy on the team
because they kept moving him to teams where there was already a guy.
That's what I'm saying.
So if anybody, he didn't do it to himself. The front office has screwed him over.
But
put him on teams where you take a guy who was used to being the guy and you put him on a team where there's already a guy. That's like taking LeBron back in his Cleveland days, like first run in Cleveland, and shipping him to LA.
So when he went to the Nets, who was the guy?
Who was over there at that time? I think Jason Kidd.
It was Jason Kidd, Richard Jefferson, Kenyon Martin. But who would you say was the guy?
I mean, back then those were the stars of the team. I'm not saying that they were like, pinnacle athletes, but they were still the stars of the team. Which is like how when LeBron went to Miami and D Wade was the star of the team. Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's LeBron, D Wade, but still D Wade was the star of the team. That was still his team. Mm-hmm. You still have to. You can't just come in and take over.
Right. But
so he had to step back, and then by the time he was able to take over, he gets traded.
So my point is that New Jersey didn't have that star. And hold on, wait a minute. We have a guest. Well, not a guest, but we have someone who wants to chime in on his thoughts. Let everybody know your name.
What's up, cousin? You breaking a hit down.
Look at this guy.
Already can't stay away.
Somewhere just like a youth pastor.
Real quick, man. Appreciate the love, man. Good looking out. You already know what it is.
Hey, it's all good, man. It's all good. Hope everything's well with you, bro. And we definitely gonna miss you, bro.
Oh yeah, it's all good, man. Appreciate it, dog.
Gonna leave me here with Smooth. He didn't even call me ahead of time. Like, dang.
Real quick, man. I know y'all was talking about Vince. I just wanted to chime in on that before I got off here, man. So my take on Vince Carter is definitely a Hall of Famer because he.
Hey, say it again. Your phone went out. Hey, B, your phone. I don't know what happened, but your phone connection went away. Say it again.
Yeah, I don't think he can hear us.
Hey, B.
I think his AirPod might have died. Does he have AirPods?
I don't know. Hey, I don't know if you're in a bad signal area, but we can't hear you. All right, so yeah, what we're gonna do is call him right back. Live TV. It is what it is.
It happens.
You hear a dial tone. It's what it is, y'all. All right, now we couldn't hear anything you said. So the last thing we heard you say was you heard us talking about Vince Carter, and you said that he is a Hall of Famer, and then.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, and then
he's a Hall of Famer for one reason in particular is because he carried the franchise, like an upstart franchise at that.
So, all right. So when you say carry, that's just pretty much mean that he brought the franchise to light.
Yeah, I mean it wasn't no Toronto Raptors till Vince got there. Mm. You know, that's even with Stoudemire and Marcus Camby. They even tried to steal Charles Oakley over there, and whole lot of other guys, man. John Wallace was supposed to be leading them, and he didn't pan out to be what everybody thought he was going to be. So just the fact that Vince came in and really made them relevant out the gate, you know what I'm saying? And then what he did to revolutionize the slam dunk contest that was virtually dead, like they was ready to get rid of it. Like they was done with the slam dunk contest before. They brought it back because of Vince Carter.
So, and that's what I was gonna lead to with Stan. So now that you're on the phone, that's cool too. Like I said, I'm still on the fence. I would not say he doesn't deserve it, but as I was letting Stan know, when he went to New Jersey, and Stan was saying that they had Kidd, they had Martin, they had Jefferson.
Right. Well, Vince should be the choice.
Right. So when the GMs or whatever traded for him, they wanted Vince Carter to be like how Kobe was with the Lakers, be that guy to provide, be the future and be like, you know what, you got this talent here, but now I'm gonna be the missing piece. That's where he fell short. Right. He never became that guy anymore after he left Toronto. Then when he went to the Magic, for a little change, he wasn't that guy. When he went to the Mavericks, he wasn't that guy. When he went to Memphis, he wasn't that guy.
You could have just stopped at the Magic.
A lot of them North Carolina guys, especially two guards, they suffer from Michael Jordan's shadow.
And
like
then
like him and Jerry Stackhouse.
And then coming up, you had Kobe. You know what I'm saying, during that time as well. But
you got to think, man. Like you had Kobe, T-Mac, AI, Vince, Ray Allen. Like them, all the rest of them went to other teams and was able to still be stars and still elevate. Vince was the only one that stayed stagnant, and we still trying to figure out why.
And right, so that's my point in regards to why I won't say automatically he's a bona fide first. What you call it? First ballot Hall of Famer. Will he get in? I believe he will, but.
I never said he was the first ballot.
Right.
Well, the only reason he's going to get in is because if you look at the format for the Hall of Fame, it's a lot of numbers that he's going to make it in on. Because, I think that's why he played as long as he did. Because, with the numbers, it's mandatory that he get in now. Because they go off points, assists, steals. Like, they go by a certain amount of numbers. I think it's like 20,000 points, 10,000 rebounds, 5,000 steals, 5,000 assists. Like, he got all that. He just don't have a championship ring or MVP.
Mm-hmm.
But the rest of the criteria all the way down, he checks everything else in the box.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I would say it's a surefire that he going to be in the Hall of Fame. I don't know if first ballot is a given, but it seemed like it given the criteria of the NBA Hall of Fame, what they put out there. So, but I think, like I said, just like y'all, I was disappointed that he didn't take that next step that we could see that he had. You know what I'm saying? So, Vince, my guy, man. Only people I ever had with Vince was him faking hurt a lot.
Oh.
It was amazing how in the fourth quarter, this dude always found a way to be hurt, but not really hurt. Like hurt, but still could play, but still gotta use an excuse why he can't make the shot. Like, if you gonna be the guy, you gotta be the guy, man. Ain't no excuses.
Right.
That's true.
Yeah. So that's the only thing I had against him was that it looks like he just lacked being that give me the ball at the end of the game and I'm gonna win this game for you. It was kind of like he just wanted to be more of a role player instead of being that guy.
Yeah, he was a highlight machine. He wasn't ever really that hooper that we wanted him to be.
Do you compare him to like a Dominique Wilkins?
Nah, because you got to look at Dominique like big game wise. Dominique showed up. You know what I'm saying? Classic example is when they went 7 games against Boston and him and Bird just basically duked it out.
Yeah.
I think Dominique had like 40. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't have the help. But he didn't have that disappearing act that Vince had where you just like, dude, what's up, man? Where you at?
Got you.
So, but game, as far as his game, yeah, definitely a good comparison. But I think Dominique just had that dog in him a little bit more in that sense of urgency during the playoffs. The only good playoffs I ever seen Vince have was when they went up against Philly the year AI got the MVP.
Mm-hmm.
And he just went after everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Because now think about it, I think they went to a game 7 and lost
they
to.
Did.
Yep, it was that series.
Yep, and it was Vince that disappeared at the end. No matter how many he was killing with, it's like, all right, fourth quarter, you know what I'm saying, how you run out of steam.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, and there's no knock on him as a player. Like I said, we all just wish we could be in the shoes that they in. But as a fan, you just kind of like, man, I wish you would have just turned that corner and went one more notch up, and we could really see what you could have been. Because athletic-wise, nobody was touching this dude.
Nobody.
Like, it was no weaknesses where you be like, oh, well, he can't shoot. Nah, he can shoot. He can handle the ball. He can, you know what I'm saying? You know, he can get to the rim. You know, he's a capable defender, but he didn't really lock down on it. So it's just like, as a fan, you just kind of like, almost like, well, dude, you know, you could have just really gave us a little more. I feel like you teased us just off your talent.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and when I think of him, when I first saw him in the league, or excuse me, in college, I instantly thought at first that it was Ronnie Fields. And you know who Ronnie Fields is.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So
yeah.
I thought, I'm like, oh, is that the same cat from Chicago Ferguson? I said, no, it can't be because he, you know, there's some, you know, he didn't go to the same school. But
right.
So speaking of which, I am working on getting Ronnie Fields on the show too.
Oh, that's what's up. Yeah, and they around the same age. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So
you know what I'm saying?
When I saw Vince Carter in college, I'm like, is that the same cat that played with Kevin Garnett?
Yeah,
but I'm like, oh no, that's the one different.
It's funny you said that because the first time I seen Ronnie Fields when they played the V.
Yeah, exactly. That was my first time.
And a couple months later, we go to UMSL during the McDonald's slam dunk contest.
And Vince Carter was there.
We was right there. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? That's the first thing we said. Like, damn, I thought old boy was 6'4". He about 6'6". I'm like, nah, that ain't him.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he definitely played similar. I don't want to say just like him because Ronnie Fields is a different type of dude. Like Vince had the dunk contest dunks, but Ronnie Fields probably the most powerful dunk I've ever seen in my life.
Man, I
As
saw
far as, like, the velocity that he dunked with.
I saw a question on Twitter. There's like, who named some of the most athletic guards you ever seen in high school, and you just saw all these answers of Ronnie. I'm like, that's what's up.
Yeah, between him and Earl Manigault, I think they just got it on lockdown as far as like the most athletic guards.
That's what's up, man.
There was plenty of them, yeah.
So with those who's watching, man, did you want to leave any lasting words to those who was showing you love throughout the months you were here? Your own final say to everybody.
Right. No, I just appreciate everybody rocking with the show. You know what I'm saying? The guests that came on, I appreciate them taking time out to, you know, trust us and we had a chance to show them that the show not even only about us talking about sports, but showcasing the talent that we got around St. Louis. You know what I'm saying? So I just appreciate everybody rocking with that. Also, I just appreciate y'all bringing me in from me sneaking off the airport and watching y'all to, you know, joining the show and, you know, learning a lot of stuff and being able to conversate with y'all every week. It was, you know, fun to look forward to and learn from y'all and, you know, just chop it up with the fellas, like, you know, how we do in the barbershop and at the crib and everything like that. Just a lot of other people got a chance to chime in and watch, you know what I'm saying? So,
right.
You know, we're going to still continue to watch y'all and, you know, do whatever we can from the outside looking in, throwing people y'all way and, you know, whatever else have you. But, yeah, I just appreciate y'all rocking with me, man.
That's what's up, man. And, you know, to see all the growth in regards to your personal endeavors with your businesses and with your job, like you said, coming from the airport and working from, you know, with the city doing this, and now you're doing so many other things, man. So continue to keep the black businesses going, bro.
Appreciate it, my brother.
Keep it going, and as you said earlier, man, keep sending people our way so we can get their stories told, man, because a lot of the reason why this show has elevated to so many bigger heights is because of what you brought to the show and bringing great guests along as well.
Appreciate it, dog. Like I said, y'all just keep growing. Keep your minds open. Keep your ears open. You know, everybody that I'm sending y'all way is a reason. You know what I'm saying? And then, like I said, I'm looking forward to see what y'all. I've seen the lineup, so I already know what's about to happen. I ain't gonna spoil it, but I've seen the lineup, so I know what's about to happen.
Oh yeah, man! I can't wait to announce. You know, next week, man. It's gonna be crazy. While I have you on the line, I'm gonna ask Stan and yourself. Yesterday, 10 years ago, LeBron made the decision. Where were y'all at, and how did y'all feel about that?
I thought it was today, 10 years ago.
No, it was yesterday.
It was yesterday?
Yeah.
I don't know where I was at because it wasn't that big a deal to me.
He like
That's the day
this
you lost
dude.
me as a fan. I'll give you that.
Oh,
Like, a lot of people don't know this, but I was actually at the time a bigger LeBron fan than Kobe
wow.
at the time. No bullshit. What happened with that changed my opinion about him almost forever.
Mm.
As far as a basketball player, like I said, I always throw in the basketball player part because what this dude does as a man can't even be brought up. Like we can't even. I mean, it can be brought up, but it can't even be compared to as far as what he's doing for our culture and what he's doing for these players off the court and being a voice for the black culture. So I never want to disdain any of that as far as him being as a man. But as a basketball player, I feel like that was a weak move, man. I feel like that was the people around him set him up. They didn't think about it. You know, Tua dumb butt did it. You know what I'm saying? So he's still in the doghouse with me. But you know, I don't know where I was at, but I felt like at the time, and you know, this just like we said, we're a victim of our era. You know what I'm saying? So Stanton might have a different opinion, especially because he's a lot younger than us. But it's just our generation. It wasn't no teaming up. Like that was unheard of. And I felt like LeBron could have won a championship in Cleveland. He would have won a championship in Cleveland.
Hold on, B. Stan had a look. Hold on, wait a minute. You got to rebuttal,
ahead,
Stan.
I'm sure like who ain't teaming up? My team teamed up. Hell, Rodman wasn't there at first. Look, I ain't got no room to talk about people joining and making super teams. Huh?
Ain't nobody want Dennis Rodman. It ain't the same thing.
I mean, ain't nobody want him, but you can't deny his talent though. Pete.
Right, but Dennis Rodman never ran to the Bulls saying, "Oh, it's because I never won a championship." Dennis Rodman was an outcast in the league, and nobody else wanted him. Phil Jackson took a chance on him to bring him to the Bulls. Nobody else wanted Rodman.
Yeah, that's
I don't think that counts.
So, all right. So I'll say this, because when LeBron left, even when he came back, he kind of stood for the same way, but it was different when he came back. But at the time that he left, he didn't trust management no more. He was told, we're gonna work on getting you some guys, and who they bring in, Daniel Marshall, and you know this guy here, and what's his name, Sasha Pavlicek, you know, whatever that guy.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it was like he didn't get the pieces that he was told and that he trusted that at the time they were going to do. But then when he came back to Cleveland, what they do? Oh, they got Kevin Love. They made this move. Then they went on and doing mid-season, got at J.R. Smith, and
they got rid of a whole team for that man.
Exactly.
All of that. But here go the thing that's gonna mess you up, especially if you go do your homework on it. You got to look at the things that LeBron said and did leading up into the decision, trying to act like it just happened. That's why I had the problem with it. When LeBron had an interview and he said Michael Jordan's number 23 should never be worn in the NBA, that's why I'm changing my number next year. That lets you know that he out of there. And I told everybody then, I said that dude going to the Heat. Because if you pay attention, the Miami Heat is the only other team in the NBA that got number 23 retired. Then you look at the All-Star game. Him, Wade, and Bosh, they played the same minutes. They was on the bench next to each other the whole time. They was like in each other's face the whole weekend. I was like, that's weird, man. Like, when these dudes get so tight, you know what I'm saying?
And
like
they got tight during the Redeem team.
Yeah, and the draft. But I'm talking about they was like inseparable all of a sudden in that little time before he left. So I was watching stuff like that, and I was just like, I kept telling people, I was like, man, I think this dude going to the Heat, man. It sounds crazy because it's never been done before. But I think this dude going to the Heat. And like I said, then in the playoffs, when he throw his jersey on the ground, like, it's like, I'm not coming back.
He sure took his jersey off before he even reached the tunnel. He was like, yeah, I'm gone.
We have a comment from T-Bone. He says, truthfully, it's not management's fault. Media pushes big locations. The only reason Cleveland got players is because LeBron had already been a proven winner. And that's why I felt that he had to make that move from Cleveland, because if he would have stayed and they never have gotten him the players, he probably right to this day still wouldn't have never won a championship. He would have been like Carmelo. He would have been like Karl Malone. He would have been like Ewing. He would have been that great player.
Damn, he didn't just roll out.
Nah, he would have got one.
I don't know, man. You know,
but
I don't know. I don't know.
I agree with you, but disagree at this point right here is when I say the only reason I had a problem with is the same reason I had a problem with a lot of other stuff he do. It was Hollywood. Like if you gone, just leave.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like the person that come to the job every day talking about they about to be up out of here. It's like, what you telling them for? Just leave. You know, it's like it was too drawn out. It was embarrassing to his team and his teammates. People don't even remember Mo Williams stopped playing because of that. He was an all-star that year.
Yep.
He said he didn't want to play basketball no more because of that. Because they was tight and they was talking about what they was going to do. And this is like, you turned your back on your squad. Like nobody knew. You ain't even informed them. Just like Westbrook don't like Durant. Because I'm your guy, man. We together every day. People don't even know what we do off the court together and how we help each other out. And then you ain't going to tell me you going to leave. You going to tell everybody else, oh, yeah, I'm out. That's like, if I didn't call you and tell you, hey, man, I ain't going to be able to do the show no more, this and that, you ain't find out till you scroll on Facebook and see me post, yeah, I ain't messing with the Platform Sports Show no more. You're like, damn, he could have told me that.
T-Bone, I'm sorry. T-Bone says that he watched him give up against the Magic when they had that they lost like 4-1 or 4-2 in that series in the Eastern Conference Finals.
And then he gave up against Dallas the first year with Miami. And he said that.
Because he didn't know how to win, how to close out until he got to Miami. So that's why I feel like, things happen for a reason.
At the same time. Like, he was banking on Wade to step up the way he seen him do it before. But they like, nah, these your keys, you the guy. You came over, you said you want to be the guy, we're going to make you the guy. And then you ran up against a squad that wasn't scared of y'all because y'all so used to everybody being intimidated. You ran into a veteran team that was like, nah, we winning this. And then you got Jet Terry already with the championship trophy tattooed on his arm. Like, yeah, nigga, this us.
And then what him and D-Wade made that mistake of was when, I think like after game 2 when he went to Dallas for the first time, and him and D-Wade was joking about Nowitzki, he's
being sick.
He's so-called sick, da-da-da. And Nowitzki just straight went crazy after that.
Yeah, that's how real dudes show up. And that's the thing that separate the men from the boys. Yeah, like a lot of guys can talk their talk, but when you in the actual fight with somebody and you see it in their face, like, dog, you in this for real now. Like all that little chit-chatting and giggling and stuff, that's cute, but you ain't got nobody that can check me, and I'm going to show y'all. Because neither one of y'all going to check me. We know that. So, poor Udonis Haslam about to get this work.
Yep. So, Stan, where were you at during that time?
I don't know. But what I do know is that I was highly upset because at that point in time, the Bulls was on that list of contenders to get LeBron. And when it didn't happen, I was like, well, okay. I don't care. Go wherever he wants.
Yeah, I recall being
see if I give a rat's ass.
I recall being at home and just like, okay, where he gonna go? And then when he said Miami, I was like, wow, he straight left. But I wasn't mad, because I guess I was just really just a fan of just seeing him do things. Yeah. So I was really good with just, hey, if he would have said, well, probably not the Suns, but
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was just a fan of him. Change the narrative from him being followed from high school, Sports Illustrated, to his journey from the rookie season to the moment he went to the Heat to what he's doing now. I've always been a fan of seeing him progress, and he made things happen.
LeBron under the most pressure of any athlete that we ever seen.
Ever.
So you can't take that away from him. Dude responded in a way a lot of people couldn't have, especially, like I said, off the court, like making no mistakes the whole journey.
Right.
So you can't take that away from him. But that being said, you got to think, man, that man was from Ohio. And you embarrassed your own city.
Man, he made up for that by winning the ring.
He definitely made up for it, but you got to understand the hurt that they dealt with at the time. That's why I said it just put me in a bad position with him. We talking about at the time. When we talking about now, in hindsight, look back at it, you said what was our thoughts at the time.
Right.
And that was fine.
Right. And like I said, and I know T-Bone earlier said it wasn't management's fault, but I just feel like his mindset was he felt betrayed by management about how things were going, and he felt like he couldn't learn without getting better talent around him to be a actual champion, and that's why he went to Miami.
Yeah, and his reasons that reason right there, with a lot of other reasons like that, is why the NBA is at the place that it's at now, where the players control their own destiny now, because people like that was like, all right, well, management, you know what, if y'all can't get it together, I'm out, and I'm gonna build something somewhere else, and y'all gonna have to suffer for it.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? So Dan Gilbert, dropped the ball on that one. I ain't gonna lie. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, looking back at the big picture now, like I said, I don't blame LeBron. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no resentment towards that or anything like that. But like I said, my issue with it at the time was how Hollywood was. Like, you doing a whole TV show, and they're like, come on, man. If you gone, you gone. We read it at the bottom of SportsCenter. They gonna talk about you all summer. You don't have to have a show. You're gonna be the show for the rest of the summer.
T-Bone says, oh, yeah, he blamed him, but there's reasons why Sacramento and Orlando have a tough time.
Do tell.
But and Orlando had the opportunity. You know, they went to the finals. They went to the finals. What, one time? Yeah, but they had they had a stretch of runs, but they just couldn't. And they even going back to Shaq and Penny.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so they had the opportunities. They just, you know, met at that time a better foe that prevented them to, you know, from getting over that hump. Same thing with Sacramento. Who stopped them back in the day?
Everybody.
Lakers.
The Lakers.
Yep.
Everybody.
Robert Horry.
Yeah, basically.
Everybody.
Guy, man, you know what I'm saying? Robert Horry's on both teams you just brought up.
Right. And then look at who was gonna say this team? Oh, so Giannis. Like, it's not a guarantee that he gonna stay with Milwaukee. You know, you keep on hearing all these stories about maybe he might go to Golden State. Golden State might make a big play and trade someone big to get Giannis. Like, I won't be surprised if that happens.
And that's what made me think of another thing about LeBron. But like I often say about Giannis, see, they smart by bringing his brother in. You know what I'm saying? That's a sign that your management taking care of you, because your brother wasn't in the league. Nobody wanted him.
Right.
You brought in this man brother to help him feel welcome, help him feel at home, help him out with stuff off the court and things like that. Which is another reason why I meant to bring it up, that I was upset about LeBron, because a lot of people don't know they used to charter flights for his crew. They made up jobs for them so they could pay them. Like, made up jobs that didn't even exist so they could pay his friends to be on the court. I mean, courtside with him. A lot of people don't know that.
That's what happens when you know you got someone great and you're trying to reel them in. That's all part of the package.
Exactly. So you can't say management completely dropped the ball. They just didn't. Cleveland never had that type of dude, man. You know what I'm saying?
And then back then, elite players didn't want to play in Cleveland.
Hell no. Ain't nobody coming to Cleveland.
Right. Because, like, now,
hey man, let's
people still ain't coming to Cleveland.
I was about to say, look at now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Odell went to Cleveland.
If you ever want to know how
traded.
players feel about Cleveland, next
Still
time you see Charles Barkley talk about Cleveland, I'll need y'all to really pay attention and see how bad everybody talking about Cleveland in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Cleveland, that's not a destination city.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Then we talking about bad management. Also look at, you know, Mr. Benedict Arnold, Steve Kerr. Because I know people that live in Arizona, they still mad about what he did to Phoenix. Phoenix ain't been right since he left. That man did Phoenix dirty and then came and took Mark Jackson's job. You know what I'm saying? But we can't talk about that.
Can't talk about that. You know, I saw some article that year that Cleveland drafted your boy Anthony Bennett.
Oh my God,
dude! That same draft, you had a guy named Giannis in the same draft.
Yeah, but nobody knew Giannis.
No one.
Giannis.
Yeah, ain't nobody know he was
Everyone
going to
know
go into what he's become.
Well, besides Milwaukee.
They ain't know either.
They took a gamble.
They were like, hell, he left. All right, here we go. We're going to use this as a marketing ploy. If you say this man's last name right, you get a free combo at the participating Hardee's, the official restaurant of the Milwaukee Bucks.
And now all of a sudden, he's a top 3 player.
Exactly. Just like Kawhi. You know, that's what I said. That's and you look at guys like that, then you go back to talk about what we talked about with Vince Carter. You know what I'm saying? Like, these dudes came up from just robotic mechanics, you know, did this and that, and keep in mind, both of them was up under Kobe before they had their best year. They worked out with him for a summer. And Kobe learned all his stuff from working out with Akeem Olajuwon for a summer. It's a pattern.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why the Laker fans was mad at Dwight Howard, because we like, dude, Kareem was willing to work with you, and you was like, nah, I'm good. Like, bro, it was you.
Right.
And so that's what I'm saying. You got to learn from other great players. You can't just be so locked in on yourself that you like, nah, I got this. Nah, man, you can learn from anybody, even if it's somebody that don't even play.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody can learn something from anybody. It's a bum on the street right now, sleeping under a bridge that can get you some game that can't nobody else give you.
Mm.
That might tell you that one thing that changed your life if you pay attention to him.
Man, I got this life-changing piece of information. It was from this homeless dude at the corner.
Sure, I recall the old clips of.
He was a 70 in Union.
I recall when you saw the clips of LeBron James working with Hakeem Olajuwon doing post-up moves.
Exactly. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? All of them learn from, like, you know what I'm saying? LeBron, I don't know who he got it from, but that dude defense changed all the way around right before he got to the Heat.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? And then when he got to the Heat, you know who there? Pat Riley,
Right.
defensive guru.
That was the whole
And
culture.
LeBron, that's when he started like blocking everything.
That was the whole culture right there.
You know what I'm saying? And he was locking down. Ask Derrick Rose. He gave Derrick Rose the blues.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Sam, but he did. MVP Derrick Rose.
Right. Yeah, because what the Bulls were like almost a game away from not winning the series, but like having a commanding lead, and the Heat.
They was
the Heat was
tired.
like, nope.
Yeah, he locked that. He locked that smooth. I got D Rose. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Why y'all keep bringing up Ocean, man? Like, oh my God.
And it's fact.
Hey, T-Bone says
Jesus.
when Orlando has nice things, the media wants players to go to the bigger. He has in quotations the bigger market.
That's true. That is very true. And Orlando suffered from that twice. You know what I'm saying? Then T-Mac came and tried to bring him back.
Him and Grant Hill.
Grant Hill, I was about to say Grant Hill was banged up, couldn't play. You know, and then, they had see, the thing with T-Mac, and that's my guy. That's my dude. But he never made it out the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah. And on time, I think he did win a ring when he was like the 15th man with the Spurs, didn't he?
Nope, they lost that year. They won the year after he left.
Got you. Okay.
Because I was hoping, man, I was literally I remember I was at on that thing. I was at Qtopia.
T-Bone silly. He says Grant Hill was 145 years old with the Magic.
Yeah, basketball years, he sure was. He sure was.
And you say you was at Utopia?
I was at Qtopia.
Qtopia.
What?
Hey, my boy about to win him his first championship, blah blah blah, and then all of a sudden this brick parade came to the free throw line. Ginobili missing out on free throws.
Mm-hmm.
Then didn't even box out, so Bosh got the rebound and kicked it back to Ray Allen. I remember that because that's the only reason I cared about that finals was because T-Mac was on the bench for the Spurs and they lost. And they kept showing him. If you go back to look at that game, you can see T-Mac getting out.
Right.
Like, we up 6. It's only 50 seconds left. It's about to go down. I'm about to win a ring. Nope.
Ray Allen was like, boy, sit your ass.
Man. Yeah, that would hurt, dog. I ain't gonna lie. Me and my sister was at Qtopia, and we still remember that like it was yesterday. That was T-Mac, my guy.
What are your thoughts on this restart that is about to go down? I'm about to show everybody real quick the photos of. Let's see if I can get a good one here.
You know my opinion.
What are you gonna say?
It shouldn't be no sports, none.
Period, huh?
It should be shut down, man. You talking about people's lives, man. This ain't got nothing to do with nothing but money-hungry, greedy people trying to get paid. You know what I'm saying? It ain't going to kill none of them players to sit out 1 year, figure this thing out.
It's going to kill the Lakers. They had plans.
Right.
Right. And it's going to be a BS season anyway when they go down in history because it's just y'all just threw a tournament together and was like, bet, whoever win, y'all good. And if the big-name teams don't win it, that's going to be the permanent excuse for whoever come out on top of this thing that, wasn't nobody in shape. It disrupted the chemistry. Certain players weren't playing. You know what I'm saying? Think about what that could do to somebody like Giannis if Milwaukee happened to come up and win that. and everybody like, oh, the flu count. But they was in position to do it already anyway. They got the best record. So that's the only thing I don't like, on top of the fact, like I said, it's so many cases. Like, so many of them. Every day, it's so many cases. And if y'all go look at Nico Page, he put out that the people in Italy did an autopsy and figured out it's a bacteria, not a virus.
I saw that.
Yes. So this thing is airborne, man. You know what I'm saying? And so it can come back to saying that this thing was put here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So the more that sports ain't gonna do nothing but help distract a lot of issues. So, I mean, as much as I love sports and as much as I really, really want the NBA to come back so I can stop looking at YouTube every night, trying to act like the 1997 playoffs is today.
Yeah, I'm running out of things to watch.
Right. I'm looking at baseball playoffs, you know what I'm saying, NFL. I'm looking at everything like it's just now, acting like I don't know what's going to happen.
I'm about to start watching the Ocho.
Like I said, man, you talking about people's lives at stake, and you talking about something that we never seen before, and you offering a distraction, and you also putting a lot of people, not even just the players, but the people that they got to be around, even though they're in that bubble, their family's coming a month later. You know what I'm saying? And Florida just, I mean, like you said, I ain't even surprised that that's where the tournament is. I've been telling y'all Florida people crazy, I don't know how long.
Yeah, that's true. That's
so
true.
They have coronavirus playoff there. I ain't even shocked.
So T-Bone says, honestly, Orlando is relatively safe comparatively as long as they stay isolated. Disney World Park's opening is a bigger deal.
That's because T-Bone live in Orlando. Nobody's stupid.
You know, you got to rep.
Yeah, I'm just messing with you, man. Like, I mean, honestly, man, none of us know the answer. That's the scariest part about everything. And so, until you know the answer, like we've been saying from the jump, until you know the full answer, everybody just got to be cautionary. Everybody got to keep doing their homework. And, you know, if we find out, oh, it wasn't that all along, all right, that's cool. All right, joke on us, whatever. But my conscience can't go spread this thing around knowing that, oh, I'm cool, but I might have killed somebody because I talked to them in Walgreens or something, didn't know I had it. You know what I'm saying? Blah, 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 or anything else. Like, that's why.
Yeah, so everyone just saw the court. And when I saw that initially, I instantly thought of NBA 2K. You know, my part.
Right.
Man, that looks like how they had a practice gym set up when you go to the practice facility.
All right, I ain't seeing it on my end yet. Give me a second. I'll let y'all know.
Yeah, it's
all crazy, though.
Yeah, it's coming up, man. It's on delay, so sorry about that. But yeah, man.
I'm watching on TV, so it's going to be like a little 1-2 minute delay on my end.
Yeah, but it definitely puts you in the mindset of a practice. I mean, of NBA 2K, My Park or whatever.
Yeah, My Park was lit, though.
Yeah. T-Bone says 58 deaths overall compared to the rest of the state.
In Orlando?
Yeah.
Is he saying that's good or bad?
I'm about to say, because I was like, I don't know how to take that.
Well, you know,
58 overall.
I'm pretty sure the rest of the state is over thousands. So
yeah, you know.
Oh, okay.
So you know, I guess he just trying to compare how Orlando is to other cities around the surrounding area.
Did y'all hear they got a brain-eating bacteria in Florida?
My brain. Yeah, I saw that.
It makes sense now why all that Florida man stuff be happening. They can't help it. It's
So,
in the water.
Man,
So-
look,
have you seen it yet?
hold on, it's coming up now.
Hey, so there was this thing on Facebook where they said if you type Florida man and your birthday, like just the date, not the year, but just the birthday, and see what happens, it's hilarious. One of mine was man buys small island and then attempts to steal from Kmart.
Wow.
What?
It's like, what?
Wow.
How you buy a small island but you trying to
part.
lift up out of Kmart, fam?
B. Baker say it does look like my part to him.
Yeah, that's crazy, bro.
So just imagine seeing, all these other teams' courts in different ballrooms.
Yeah, just in random, just random setups.
Yeah, that's pretty
You know
crazy.
what I'm saying? I'm still distracted by saying G Unit wave cap he got on. Like we just not trying no more. We just letting it lay to the side.
That's B. Baker right there.
What happened? Wait, what?
Say it again, B.
I'm just distracted by this Lloyd Banks G Unit wave cap you got on. We don't tie it. We just let the laces lay to the side. It's just sitting on our wave now. We don't tie them down no more. We just let it sit there.
I mean, it was tied up at the beginning of the show. The knot in the back got tight. I had to let it go.
I had to go back and look, and I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. What's really good?
Yeah, that knot was applying pressure. I was like, ah.
Right.
Oh, that's funny.
But I give you props for the gold chain. Way to hold it down since, you know what I'm saying, since I'm gone.
Yeah, you know,
Stepped your ice game up. I see you.
micro-Cuban.
T-Bone says Miami has over 1,000.
Hi, yeah.
Well, we know why Miami.
Damn. I mean, yeah, but still, that's.
I could show y'all my Instagram stories and y'all figure that one out.
Oh man.
Cause man, look, 4th of July weekend.
Everybody was at the beach. I'm like, so we just
They was there.
forgetting.
Yeah.
Fort Lauderdale, 400 plus.
Fort Lauderdale ain't nothing but East St. Louis or Miami.
Right.
So yeah,
It is. I've been there. I know.
exactly.
Yeah.
Cross that bridge and you right there.
Yep.
Damn.
I know. Yep. So speaking of players who's not going, Victor Oladipo says he is not going
Yep.
to Orlando. I know he has his concerns. Joel Embiid, he actually feels the same way you do in regards to he did not certain that they should be having.
That's because he know his ass gonna be gone by the second round or whatever this is called.
He still crying from last year.
He was like, all right, so I don't cry this year. I'm just not gonna go.
He got visions of Kawhi Leonard, huh? And that shot that took,
Man.
took 10 minutes.
Man, still hurt.
I would have hurt too. The way that mug was just bouncing around, I was like, wait a minute.
That was some buttery right there.
The butteriest. I was
That
like,
one hit the bottom of the side of the rim and went in.
like boom, boom, pop, boom, flop. I'm like, wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Can't get no worse than that, man.
Man.
Yeah. So last thing, while I have you here before you go, man. Once again, thanks for calling in. Definitely appreciate you, man.
All good.
Possible name changes, man. Redskins.
They should have been did that.
Yep, and looks like it's definitely going to happen. It's just a matter of when. It sounds like it's going to be right before the season starts. One of the names that they are considering, which I think will be definitely tight, are the Red Tails.
Yeah, that'll be lit.
Okay, yeah. All right.
If they do that, then it's just like, oh, we just go to
And
the
that was
whole
the
other
name
year.
for it. You know what I'm saying? That's cool.
Yeah, so that would be definitely dope. Then the Cleveland Indians, they announced that they don't see themselves, or the Atlanta Braves, they don't see themselves changing their names.
The Braves can't change. The Braves and the Seminoles ain't never gonna change, and the only reason why is because they got the damn chop.
But now they were talking about the chop though with Atlanta. They're talking about maybe getting rid of doing that chop.
Yeah, they've been talking about that since the '90s, though. You know what I'm saying? Because I remember when my college team, we changed our name from the Warriors to the Magic because of that. And they was talking about it back then. That was in '99. Still chopping.
Now this team hasn't had the attention in regards to making a name change. But what about the Kansas City Chiefs?
Yep, they need to.
And
that boy Patrick Mahomes got that payday.
Hey, that's too much. That's too much for the Chiefs.
I did not know John Wall was making $42 million a year. What the hell?
Yep.
Why?
But yeah, Patrick Mahomes got that bag, dog.
It's crazy. So yeah, as you see, as everyone will see on the screen, 10 years and up to $503 million. Then he got here 1 year, he gonna make 50.3 a day, 137,808. 1 hour, 5,742.
That brother time is $96 a minute. What in the expensive 2002 phone plan is going on here?
Golly.
Hey man, don't call me until after 9. Why not? Cause my minutes is $96 a damn minute.
Sound like Sprint.
Man, that's ridiculous.
$1.60 a second.
Man,
$1.60 a second.
it's like bus fare.
This man can take a shit, make money. Like,
Oh yeah, he's literally making money while he sleeps.
look, man, look. If he says time is money, I believe you.
That's crazy.
I bet you ain't nobody gonna talk about his Kermit the Frog voice again.
Nope.
Yeah, they probably still are.
Yeah. Right.
They gonna talk about that black boy. Y'all gave this man all this money, and he's still gonna sound like Kermit the Frog. He's still gonna put ketchup on his mac and cheese.
If I had a wife and I was making $137,000 an hour, I'd be like, man, you don't even know how much money I just made spending this little hour with you. Like, come on now, I'm spending all the time I can. I got to get back to this bag now. Come on now, you got to understand that. $137,000 for 1 hour. We go watch a movie. We'd have made a quarter. You know what I'm saying? $250,000.
Going to the movies. They paying me to go to the movies.
Right. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, that definitely is amazing. Let me see here. Yep. So Pat Mahomes, he ain't going nowhere anytime soon.
Because of the no trade clause. They were like, oh, we paying you all this money? No trade clause. I don't give a damn if you go 0-16. You ain't leaving.
Let me ask y'all this then. Knowing the type of player Patrick Mahomes is, do you think if the Chiefs suffer the next few years, he'll renegotiate his contract?
No.
Nah.
All right.
No. He's set for life. He's set.
Oh, yeah.
He
Definitely
ain't
that.
nowhere.
He most set than ain't nobody most set than LeBron with Nike. That boy set.
Man,
Right. That's it.
he
right
most
there.
said that somebody just ran board on him.
That ain't happening. No.
All right, well, B, man.
Did you all see that quote where he said, I didn't know how to read defenses until 2018, until halfway through the season. I was just out there playing.
Yep.
Yeah, they was talking about that on SportsCenter.
That's scary.
Natural ability, man. He was just
Yeah, he
out
brought
there
that up.
doing
That was before the
Super Bowl. Yep.
Yeah.
He said that he didn't learn until like leading up into playoff time how to actually read defenses.
Crazy, dog.
Could you imagine what happened if he actually
passes,
played
don't
baseball?
even know they're going to get complete.
That's amazing.
Could you imagine if he actually went and played baseball instead of football?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Thank God we ain't got to. Hey.
I wonder how Tyler Murray gonna feel. I mean,
Kyler,
Murray,
like,
excuse me.
whoo.
Kyler Murray, how he feels if he doesn't succeed like he wants to, and he gonna be like, man, I should have played baseball.
He finna go play baseball.
Man. Yeah. I mean, well, the thing about baseball is you can always go back to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we done seen a few athletes, crash in other sports and go straight back to baseball and be all right. So, I think, I don't know. I don't think he'll take as big of a plunge if he tried to sit out for a couple years, try football, and then go to baseball. Or, might as well go ahead and bring it back, man. Bo Jackson and Deion did it, man. Play both.
Do it.
I don't think they could do that in this day and age, but, we'll see.
You're gonna find out.
Yeah. Real quick before I leave, though, man, what y'all think about Cam?
Yeah,
They talking about he might come off the bench.
Yeah, we had this talk last week about Cam.
Yeah.
I was indifferent as hell. I was like, yeah, I didn't know how to feel about it. I'm like, I'm glad you playing, but really? Okay.
It's only a 1 year rental, so, might as well try it.
And I mean, he's on the right team to succeed too.
Yeah.
Because I told Stan last week, I said if he was in the position that Tom Brady was last year in the playoffs, New England would have beaten the Titans.
Yeah, I agree.
Because Cam can bring more. Teams can't just hone back and focus on the receivers, etc. knowing you got Cam Newton who can run at any given time. They sat back and waited on Tom Brady to do something. You can't do the same thing with Cam Newton.
Facts.
So he brings something different to the game.
But it also, Cam put more pressure on the defense that way. But at the same time, Tom Brady put more pressure on defense by you can't make no mistakes.
Right.
So it go both ways. You know, Tom Brady more of a downfield threat, which is to me is bigger than a run threat.
Mm-hmm.
So you know, you go both ways with that. I just feel like Cam in a win-win situation, because even if they don't win nothing, you definitely gonna learn a lot of stuff about being a real quarterback going to New England.
Yeah.
Offensively and defensively. Like you're gonna learn how a real defense prepares, they schemes, they little niches, all that little stuff, because you're gonna see it every day and you're gonna practice against it. Plus you're gonna learn under one of the greatest coaches of all time how to be a quarterback and how to win.
Hell yeah.
So I think it's a win-win for him.
Nope, I agree.
Yep.
No.
All right, man. I'm gonna let y'all have it, man. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of the show, man. But appreciate y'all as always, dog.
We appreciate you, sir.
All good, baby.
Thanks again for your contributions, man, and continue to spread the word with our show. And if you have any people who needs to have their story told, shoot them my way, bro.
And also continue to spread the love of Jesus, Mr. Youth Pastor.
And you do the same, Mr. Whatever kind of shirt that is, man. I don't know if you got a leather bra on or what's going on. But yeah.
Oh, B. Baker, we getting started?
Oh, no, he didn't.
We getting started, B. Baker?
Oh.
Because we can go.
Okay, Hamburglar, what's up?
Because we can go. We're not going to act like you wasn't out here trying to be Tory Lanez growing your hair back and then you had to let it go. I got time.
Hey, man, look. Just 'cause you got a
He just mad because the only time he can get away is if he do it with his beard. Yeah, you saw it.
You look like everybody baby mama right now.
Oh, damn.
Body game.
See? All right.
This is what I'm going to miss seeing at the start of our shows or sometimes during the show. And during the middle is this right here, y'all. Like everybody is baby your mama.
Everybody. E-R-R.
Everybody.
Everybody baby mama. With bang.
Oh, man. That's crazy. All right, brother, man. Well, once again, man, best of luck to you, and don't be a stranger.
All good, man. I got y'all, man. Hold it down for me, man. I'm going to continue watching, man.
All right, now.
Indeed.
All right.
So that was a surprise call from B. Baker, man. That was dope. I hope y'all been enjoying the show, doing something different today. We did have a guest that was going to be on tonight, local coach, steaming, really beaming, nervous, but he had to reschedule, so we hope to get him back in a few weeks. Next week, we got something definitely special for y'all. We're about to go ahead and continue to go on with the show, man.
Bova.
Man, about to get it in.
Cante.
So, and she has
Oh yeah, this is just a show of news.
Oh yeah, so
good Lord. And I said news. N-E-W-S.
Let's see here. Make sure that we get her ready to rock and roll.
Bova Cante.
Once again, this is your Wednesday night sports to light the platform sports talk show with your boy Smooth along with
Stan, baby.
And now on the line for Joe Knows, we have
Joe.
There it is. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Man, we are maintaining. What's going on? You know what? Before you even answer that question, for those who haven't seen, who don't follow her on Instagram or Twitter or Facebook,
she got news.
She got some news for y'all. So, Joe, the floor is, well, the phone line, should I say, or the show is yours.
Yeah. Well, the show family is going to get bigger early next year.
Whatever do you mean?
Right.
Me and Brendan are expecting our first baby in January of next year.
Hey, now.
I'm just letting you know right now that baby is officially
Thank you.
nicknamed Baby Bo. I'm just it's already.
Baby Boba.
Baby Boba.
Oh, baby Boba.
There it is. And then to find out that you already knew this and had to keep it a secret since how long?
Since May 5th.
Crazy.
Well, damn. Hold on.
We just wanted to, we know a lot of girls have, unfortunately, they miscarry. And so we wanted to be completely sure and wait till at least our second trimester to share it with the world and whatnot. So I'm officially in my second trimester as of technically June 30th. So we felt safe enough to tell everyone and my family and friends. And so, yeah.
Man, that is so dope. Definitely glad for you and from Brendan. How's he feeling right now?
How's Brendan?
Yeah.
Oh, he's super excited. He was nervous up until the second appointment until we heard the heartbeat again. But after that, he's been good. So he's just really excited. And I mean, I guess I have a little bit of a stomach, but he's already talking to the stomach and everything. So he's happy.
That's what's up. See, all that celebrating the Stanley Cup finally got y'all a little.
Well, I saw something. No.
Stand
All I
face
know
right
what Stanley
now.
looks like right now.
I'm like the math don't even add up, brother.
It don't. but I said all the celebrating, not on that day, but all the celebrating.
How long was y'all celebrating?
They still doing it right now. What are we talking about?
Lord.
Heck yeah, we're still champs. But no, I saw something. There was a baseball player's wife. They just got pregnant too, and their announcement was saying something like, "This is what having no sports to have. Like, what happens when there's no sports? A baby's what happens when there's no sports." So there you go.
Okay, now I'm scared. Hold on. That is true.
Yeah.
All right.
So I'm not. Did you hear the earlier segment we had with B. Baker?
I was trying to listen to some of it. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So he actually just commented right now and says, "Congrats, Joe."
Thank you.
Yeah, and he has a little celebrating emoji going on. Did you have any words that you want to share to B. Baker? I'm not sure if you saw the beginning of the show, but he would no longer be part of the show officially.
Yeah, I saw that. It's sad, but because I only got to, I haven't been part of the show for that long. But I mean, it was nice getting to know him and meeting him in person and whatnot. So yeah, it was fun talking to him.
Yeah. Good people is right there, man. So once again, congrats to you, to Brendan, and I know the family is going bananas right now. They just can't wait.
Yeah, they're all excited.
And I did see your photo that you left, I think, a story. I'm like, yep, I can see she's changing.
Yeah. Yeah, just a little bit.
There it goes. But that's cool, man. So congrats to you. Now going right into baseball, we're gonna bring up a few players have stated that they are not going to participate. You have the Nick Markakises. We talked about, I believe, last week. We talked about David Price. Mike Trout may leave depending on if his wife is in labor.
Mike Trout, like what?
Yeah, like, hey, it's a wrap. And then it was just stated today that in baseball, 66 out of 3,740 cases confirmed of COVID-19.
That is. Oh, damn. That's 0.5%.
So you're talking about in between players, coaches, the whole nine, anyone who's affiliated with being a part of baseball, Major League Baseball.
66 out of how many?
3,740. So when you hear something like that, Joe, how does it make you feel about baseball continuing on and trying to hold on to a season for the next 2 months or so?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I heard B. Baker say that he just would have canceled sports altogether.
Yeah.
I was just talking to a friend about sports in general. I mean, like, it sucks saying it. I don't want to say it, but maybe they should have done that. But I'm not going to complain if I get to watch baseball on TV. Like, I don't know. I got mixed feelings about a lot of things these days, so I'm just like confused, honestly. But like, I'd rather
it
watch
was
it than not
0.5%.
watch it.
0.5.
Look at me being good at
Right.
math.
Stan has a math major going on.
I really don't, but you know, it comes in when it wants to.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's crazy. Wow. You have Andrew Miller, who's not even confident himself in regards to the season lasting throughout the whole season, which would be, like I said, 2 or 3 months. Just don't know, man. It just depends on if you continue to get more cases, and players are going to be like, you know what, I'm good.
And MLB needs to do their part to get the test results done, because that was a
wasn't that
joke.
terrible?
Half the league was canceling practices. They've only been practicing for a week.
Right.
Like, that shouldn't be a problem. See, Rob Manfred, I'm going back to him again, like third show in a row. But yeah, I don't know. That was kind of a joke. That's why I tweeted MLB's a joke, because they needed to be on top of that, whether it was a holiday weekend or not.
And that should have been the very first thing that they took care of, was the testing. You know that July the 4th is a national holiday. It didn't just happen all of a sudden this year. Everybody's going to be off. You knew that. They should have been better prepared to handle things. And you talk about a sport that I was watching the Cardinal game the day after Rudy Gobert said that he had the virus, and you saw NBA just shut it down right there. NHL, they shut it down. The other sports shut it down, but you still seeing Cardinal baseball going on while all these other sports shutting things down. So baseball was like the last sport to finally say, okay, you know what, we'll go ahead and stop it now.
Also, way to remind us, this is all Rudy Gobert's fault.
Yeah.
We didn't forget.
And even he said now that his relationship with Donovan Mitchell hasn't been the same. I wonder why.
They're probably gonna trade that boy.
But yeah, so like I said, baseball, wait till the last minute. Okay, we'll finally go ahead and make this change. You know, come on now. It's crazy. Then now the Cardinals schedule came out. And 60 games, once again, NL Central teams and AL Central will be locked in. Cardinals play the Cubs 10 times, but 7 of the games will be in Chicago.
Boo.
Does that really matter now, Joe, because more than likely won't be any fans?
I mean, yeah, I don't think it really – I mean, it made me mad seeing that, and then also seeing, like, the Yankees and Red Sox, 7 of the 10 games when we played at Yankee Stadium. Like, why? Why is it like that? It should be at least 5-5, 6-4, something. What? You know, it shouldn't be 7 games at one stadium.
I'm trying to figure out why they're playing in New York.
I mean, like you said, I guess it doesn't matter if there's not going to be any fans, and I still think there's why can I not think of where I got a pregnancy brain or something?
We understand. It's okay.
Why can I not think of this word? You know, you got more of an advantage at your stadium, you know, so like Cubs. I do feel like they have a better record.
The home field advantage?
Yeah. Yeah, duh, that's the easiest thing in the world. But anyways, like last year, the Cubs had like the worst record in the world on the road. And, you know, now they're going to, I think they even play 7 games at home against the Brewers too. So MLB just gave them all pretty much home games for the most part.
Let me see. Right now, we're going to go ahead and
So the playoffs aren't included in that schedule.
Nah, playoffs not included. But that's the schedule right now.
Even though sports are coming back, I wanna commend them for, you know, having the sports come back and still trying to keep everything on schedule too. Because remember, we were talking about it earlier. We were like, how are they going to move forward bringing in sports with it being so close to the cutoff time for a lot of these sports?
Right.
Like, you know, baseball would be in full stride right now. Basketball would have been over. Been done, like back in June.
I mean, you talking about the draft would have already happened and everything. I mean, yeah, the lottery and the actual draft would have happened already.
For the NBA. I was like, the draft did happen, but that was NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think they're still going to move forward with that?
They already had a date for like sometime in the fall.
Oh, okay. So everything's just going to be...
Or even like the NHL, their season would start in December instead of October.
Mm-hmm.
They'll have like a month off, I guess. But yeah.
When are they supposed to be starting? Or are they? I didn't know if that was.
Sorry, it was quiet. I don't know if you asked me a question or not.
I was
asking
wondering
the start of the NHL season.
Yeah.
Oh, that should be, I think, at the end of this month, right?
Yeah.
Oh, everything's
Yeah,
coming
same,
back.
same with baseball.
Mm-hmm. And
Goldie.
speaking of baseball, real quick, I just show everybody this. Got the Field of Dreams going down August 13th. Going to be on Fox. The White Sox and the Cardinals. It's official. And I just had like a post a couple days ago. I finally saw Field of Dreams the other day. It was a good movie. I was definitely impressed with it. And I saw The Natural. That was an interesting, well, not interesting in a bad way, but it was a good movie as well. But it should be pretty cool to have the Field of Dreams. Unfortunately, more than likely they won't have any fans.
Mm-hmm.
Which now
I was upset when I saw your post.
Which now kind of makes what you said last week. Maybe they should go ahead and do it. Is play on the actual field because you ain't gonna have no fans. So you might as well go ahead.
Oh
and
yeah, and
just play on the actual original field now.
I mean, they can.
If you go there on vacation just to visit, you can play on the field.
Yeah.
So you could just play on the field, and the bleachers still there, and you know everything's exactly as it was, and they keep up with it. I think on Sundays they even have like players dressed up as the Black Sox and the White Sox, and have a game. So I mean that would be cool if they did that, but I highly doubt it.
So are they going to be the actual White Sox there for this game, or are they going to have people dressed up as the White Sox? Or would it even matter because they're both trash?
Ooh. I don't think.
I didn't hear.
I don't
Dang it. Okay, so what I
You
said.
talk really quiet.
I mean, well, damn, last week I was loud, and they was like, pipe it the fuck down. I'm trying. So my question was, so since they usually have people out there dressed up like the White Sox and the Black Sox, I'm asking, are they going to have the actual White Sox out there, or are they going to be like, people dressed up as the White Sox? Or does it even matter because they're both trash?
Because they're what? Both trash, you said?
Yeah.
No, I don't know what they're going to do. And honestly, it would be cool, though, if the White Sox did wear, like, old-school White Sox jerseys and the Cardinals did a throwback jersey, too. That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, might as well make that happen.
I mean, we've already got the throwback.
All right.
Just official throwback.
So staying with the Cardinals, who do you feel? Now we know you have your big guys, the Carpenters and the Goldsmiths, whatever. But who do you feel who's underrated or may not be getting as much love on this team? May be the X factor going into this 2-month season.
I'm hoping it's Paul DeYoung. I mean, how he started last season, he was on a tear, and then how he started and ended spring training this year, he was on a tear. So, and we can see what he can do offensively and defensively. So I hope it's Paul DeYoung.
And can you have that excuse of playing too much or being tired?
Yeah, not this year at least.
Right.
It's like, yo, if you still tired after 60 games, maybe this ain't
Right.
This ain't for you.
You ain't about the marathon. You about the sprint.
Right. This is a marathon.
Yeah.
And as always, the marathon continues.
Is there anyone top of the
I wanted it to be Marcelo Ozuna, but we somehow managed to mess that up. So I want it to be Goldschmidt. I want it to be. I just want him to come out and just be like, oh yeah, I had time to really, really get prepared and just come out there and go crazy. But if I want to be realistic with it, Colton Wong.
That's a good one. I like that.
I feel like this is his. I feel like he's about to, because he's been. It's been on and off, but it's been like more on than it has been off. Like he's been consistent. So I just hope that in this 60 game season that it's just full consistency. Because for we have those stretches for like a third of the season where it's hot. So since we're playing nothing but a third of the season, and y'all ain't been doing nothing but resting and training on your own, there shouldn't be a reason why we don't just go out there and kick ass. But it's the Cardinals.
Colton ended the year really good last year, so
Yeah, he did. He finally found his game.
go opposite field and
Yes.
stop trying to pull everything.
Yes, we were trying to get him to do that for the last 6 or 7 years, and he finally got it. So let's
Yeah.
see if he can continue on with doing that.
Mm-hmm.
Which leads to my guy, who is going to be a huge X factor if he just does his job, man, and does it well, not just on defense but on offense. That's Harrison Bader. He will change the whole team around if he just gets on base all the time. You do that.
Yeah, whether that's a walk, like if he just takes walks is what
Exactly.
run loose.
Just get on base and let people hit you in. That's going to be the spark plug that the team's going to need.
Because he's got that base running speed at least.
Yeah, and we know he can play defense. That's no problem. But how can you use your speed outside of defense? How can you use your speed if you don't get on base?
That's true.
Yep.
So that's my X factor. So, Joe, you have the young. Stan, you have
Colton Wong.
and I have Harrison Bader. Thanks to COVID-19, Miles Michaelis now should be scheduled to go ahead and resume being on the staff. We know earlier he had the little issue earlier during spring training that he would have sat out for a few months. Looks like he is scheduled to be back. Carlos Martinez, he is cleared. He didn't have no COVID.
Who?
Right. He came back from the Dominican.
Wait.
And what's crazy is that he came along with other guys who did test positive, but he didn't.
Yeah.
So we got lucky with that. And so it looks like more than likely he'll be coming out the bullpen, especially because Jordan Hicks isn't available right now.
Oh, so what you're saying is we got pitchers, hopefully.
Right.
Yeah, and I saw that. I saw today that they might look at KK for the actual rotation.
Yes.
Now, just because it's a shorter season, so I like that. If it was a full season,
we haven't had a lefty,
Yeah.
As part of the staff since Jaime Garcia.
yeah, with a little mixture of Gomber in there. But yeah, I think if it was a full season, you'd probably have Carlos in the rotation and maybe KK in the bullpen. But with the just 60 games, they could do anything. I'm not too mad about it. Like they got to try some things different.
They can do anything except lose. Can't do that. It's not acceptable. I want 60-0.
Which brings up my next point. And also, you haven't heard, and which is kind of concerning, but you have not heard anything about Alex Reyes. He has not been at camp. Been at summer camp at all.
I'm not surprised. Whether it's COVID or another injury or something else, I wouldn't be surprised.
Did he break his pinky punch or something?
Time he, I was excited for his debut against the Reds, striking people out. But now it's been injury after injury, so we'll see what happens.
Self-sustained injury too. You can't forget that.
Yep.
That boy punched. What, he punched the wall?
A cooler or something.
He punched something and broke him.
He got mad because he wasn't throwing strikes, so he ended up hurting his pitching hand. This idiot. And I think when Mike Schilt and Mo heard that, they were like instantly angered, like pissed.
They were like, "I'll trade."
Like we trying to get you back up here so you can do your thing. You want to, cause harm.
He's got so much potential.
Right.
It's just, you're young and dumb, and anger gets to you, and that happens.
Young, dumb, and broke in your hand.
So, what team in the NL Central, with this being a shortened season, scares you the most?
Cardinals.
Outside the Cardinals?
Mine's the Brewers. We keep forgetting that they got Avisail Garcia, Logan Morrison, Brock Holt, and Justin Smoke. All these guys that now they have a DH. Christian Yelich has some safety nets around him. So, and in that ballpark, their pitching's not great, but that ballpark, you hit a pop-up and it's gone. So I would say it's the Brewers.
Let's see, the last few years, Craig Counsell has done a bad job at managing the bullpen because the bullpen is actually lights out, but then they're not lights out if they're tired. and that's been their issue the last couple of seasons. With this shortened season, that could actually be a big benefit because, like the Cardinals are going to probably do, they may take that approach like Tony La Russa did during the 11 playoffs, and you get to the 5th inning, and you're going to start just having guys come in from the bullpen.
Everyone pitch.
Yep. Because they're going to treat every game like it's September.
Josh Hader's going to pitch every day.
Yeah, because you're not going to have time to go through a week of not winning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, you had to come out the gate, the last thing you want to do is have like a 3 or 4 game losing streak come out the gate.
It's like I said, it's a shortened season. We're only getting a third where we can either be hot or cold because it's how we are during the season. So let's just be hot.
One bad week, then you could be done for the season, honestly.
Is there a team outside the Cardinals that you are concerned about, Stan?
Well, hey Annie, it's definitely not the Pirates. Not the Cubs. Man, there's only 2 left, huh? Mm-hmm. Definitely not the Reds.
Reds are my second guess.
Shoot, by my process of elimination, I guess they're mine too. So yeah, it's Brewers and then Reds, and then for third, Cubs, because never the Pirates.
Yeah, I'm saying my number one concern are the Reds. When they got Castellanos, that changed the outfield, and then when they added the DH, you don't have to have Moustakas playing second base now. He can be a DH, and you can just put someone else at second base, like what's his name? Dietrich? Is that his name?
Yeah, Barry Dietrich. Yeah, they got a lot of pop in that lineup. And their rotation was pretty damn good with Sonny Gray, Bauer, Castillo. I mean, they got pitching too. Amir Garrett in the bullpen and Lorenzen. Like, they got a scary team.
Yep. And then, David Bell, the head coach, he was under La Russa a few years. No, not under La Russa, but he was under Matheny. But he was, under that winning culture. But he played under La Russa. So he has a little bit of that Cardinal blood in him. And now this is, the second full season with the Reds. So you never know, man. And especially with this being a shortened season, if you come out, if you're the Baltimore Orioles, you come out winning 7 games in a row, you're looking good. You know what I'm saying?
I saw something MLB posted last week, I think, that the Marlins and the Orioles went from like a .0 something chance of making the playoffs to an 8% chance. Mm-hmm. That doesn't sound like a lot, but for them, that's a lot. And I'm positive the Orioles started off the season last year taking 2 or 3 from the Yankees at Yankee Stadium. So if they can do little things like that, then why couldn't they make it to the playoffs?
And that's why I'm excited about. I know it sucks because we're going to have 60 games, but I'm excited about this because it's going to force managers to make quick decisions. It's going to make management as a whole decide, should we keep this team, or maybe, okay, the Rockies start off 0-5. Let's go get rid of Arenado. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that can happen. Yeah. The pressures of how to handle the next 2.5 months of playing every day. You can't just take lay an egg, or how La Russa back then we used to play just a whatever made up lineup because it was game 3 of the series before getaway day, so he just wanted to play whoever just to rest guys. You can't. Hey,
didn't he?
Hey, because
just play whoever.
Right, because back then fans used to get mad when they see the lineup. What? Schumacher and Tony.
Who is this?
Tony. What was his name? The catcher behind Matheny. Behind
Tony Cruz.
Yeah, Tony Cruz. You see this guy. You see that guy.
Funny story about that was me and Brendan. We had it was like a dual bachelorette party at Busch Stadium, and I was all excited about seeing Molina, and Tony Cruz caught that game, but. I think Molina played first base for a couple innings, so that made it a little bit better. But still, I want to go to watch the Cardinals and see Molina behind the plate, not Tony Cruz.
Right.
It was bizarro world.
But it was like almost every guy was like, okay, who, what, why? And they may have still won the game, but fans would be livid. You can't do that this year. You can't do it.
Well,
You can't do it.
You can maybe put like a Lane Thomas in for a Bader once, and
Right.
I mean, I'd rather have Lane Thomas start over Bader, but still,
Me too.
you can do that, but
Jeez, y'all rude.
not the whole lineup.
Just sprinkle in a little bit of Lane, a little bit of Dylan Carlson here, or unless they just really just outdo the current lineup, and okay, because you don't have time to wait till Fowler gets hot. If he's striking out 10 times in a row, okay, great season, but we'll try again next time, whatever.
We'll try again in
You
2021.
see how upset he got at Frank Cusimano on Twitter?
Yes,
That made me so mad.
that was crazy. I mean, I could see where he came from because Cusimano made it look like he struck out, but like Flaherty got him. But what Fowler was saying is that he was actually giving him a benefit of the doubt because he knew that it was hot. He knew that he was pitching a whole lot, and he told Yachty, like, go ahead and just lay back and let him do his thing.
I get that, but Fowler has made it a point to make it seem like he's like a target in St. Louis ever since he's been here.
Which he is.
And I love Dexter Fowler, everything about him. I love his family, everything. But like, just chill out. It was like day one, and everyone, if you're gonna go to a game that Flaherty is pitching, who are you more excited to see, Flaherty or Dexter Fowler?
Mm-hmm.
Jack Flaherty. So Frank Cusimano's showing St. Louis Twitter the most exciting player on our team that he struck someone out. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It just annoyed me how upset he got. He shouldn't have been that upset about it.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like, whoa.
Mm-hmm.
If players like Mookie Betts, who next year they're free agents, if players like him say, you know what, why even waste 60 games and just say, you know what, I'm going to sit out, how would that make you feel?
And I would think it's funny because, I dislike the Dodgers, but if Mookie Betts was on my team, I'd be very upset about it. And honestly, as a baseball fan, we should be upset about it because he's like the second or third best player in the league. So we want to see him play a little bit at least.
And you think about how the Dodgers traded, a prospect here, the one cat, I forgot his name, but Max Verdugo.
Yeah, Verdugo.
And you trade to get a guy that doesn't even play one game for you.
Yeah, that would suck.
and then and then he goes to like a team like the Yankees or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
That will be crazy. And
half of LA probably has a Betts jersey already.
right. This last thing I'm gonna bring up. Well, no, I'm sorry. Two things. Who benefits more in our division with having the DH?
Shoot, you could make a case for every team. Like Schwarber doesn't have to play left field anymore.
Oh God. Well, but he was improving though in left field.
He what? I'm sorry.
He was improving in left field though.
Yeah, he was, but there was still even that 4-game sweep against the Cubs at Wrigley. He made a couple silly mistakes that we probably could have made out there. So, Cubs, they got Schwarber. We have multiple options. You got Ravello, Carpenter. Like I said before, you can put Molina out there. Brewers, I named all those guys already that they can use. The Reds, they can use. They got that Korean guy. I can't think of his name at all, but he can go out there.
I forgot about him.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Moose. They got a lot of teams
him.
that have lots of options. The only one that you can't think of one is probably for the Pirates.
Right.
Was it Ohtani? Shohei?
No, that's he's for the Angels.
Look, they all red and white.
Oh,
I don't
Lord.
be caring.
Don't say they all look the same.
I don't really be worrying if it ain't the Cardinals. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel you. And
I think it starts with an A,
yeah.
but I can't think of it.
For those watching the show, thank you very much. If y'all have a team that's not, unfortunately, the Cardinals, that's your favorite team, let us know. Give us some cool little stories that we may not know about. Thoughts on your teams. We definitely will welcome that in.
You can let us know, but we ain't going to talk about it. This is a Cardinal show. No.
And then
we tolerate Joe and them dang on Astros.
H-Town, baby.
H-Town.
It's just sad.
So you brought up this guy earlier, but I wanted you just to go ahead and, if you got to be uncensored with it, go ahead. I'm gonna say his name and tell me how you feel about him, and that's Trevor Bauer.
Now remember, say it again.
Trevor Bauer.
Oh, okay. All right. Woo. I thought you were bring up Manfred. I was gonna be like, remember that I'm pregnant. I don't want to get too upset now. But
Hey man, you gotta watch it. She is pregnant.
Right.
Trevor Bauer, he's a clown. But whatever. There's a lot of things that I agree with on him, and then there's some things here and there that he's just an idiot. And I even seen something. The guy's had 1 year where he had like a subpar 4-point something ERA. So he's honestly extremely overrated. So, and the Astros light him up every time they play him.
I just think
that's all I got to say about that.
I just think it's great for the game. To me, I love it. The troll job that he's doing, I love it because
I just don't get why is he not doing it to the Yankees.
It's personal with him and Houston. That's it. It's personal. And
exactly. That's why it's stupid
plus,
because
the Yankees haven't won a championship in a long time. Unlike Houston just won 2-3 years ago.
Yeah, about 3 years ago.
Yeah. So
yeah, I don't know. But
it's more recent, so it hurts more.
Yeah, and because the Astros beat him constantly and whooped his butt in Cleveland.
Whoop his ass.
Him and Clevenger's and Kluber's. They whooped up that entire pitching staff and Carrasco. Look up the stats.
Now think about it. Didn't they face off in the playoffs a couple years ago? That year Houston won?
Yeah, they faced off that year and the year after. And
the year they cheated.
There was Alex Bregman hit a homer off him in the playoffs, and I think so did George Springer.
Oh yeah, so it's definitely
beautiful times.
She's a beautiful time. Yeah, so that's exactly the reason why he's only targeting the Astros, because he feel like that should have been him holding that championship.
I mean, if the whole pitching staff can't pitch good against the Astros, and they couldn't hit against the Astros, they can't be too salty about it.
Yeah, that's true.
Garrett Cole and JV shut them down, so.
That is true. All right,
Verlander.
Well, Joe,
Verlander's been around forever.
He has.
Jesus. And still got it.
Right, in the 8, 9 innings, he's still popping like 95 miles per hour.
He was like, "Oh, y'all need me? All right, come on, let's go home.
Right,
I'm tired.
Let's get it."
That's when he gets going.
Right, like dang. Shit.
Yep.
There's somebody else who does the same thing. I can't think of his name right now, but it's like, man,
Garrett Cole did that too last year.
I think Bumgarner was like that too.
Yeah. I'm excited to see Bumgarner play with the D-backs. That's gonna be different.
It's gonna be I actually forgot about that until I just bought his name. I'm like, wait a minute, he did go to Arizona.
There's a lot of guys that I've just totally forgot they played for different teams now.
Right. So things should definitely be interesting.
We gonna remember when we see them jerseys. We're like, what?
Like, huh?
What?
It's gonna be weird.
When did you? Yo, I forgot DeAndre Hopkins plays for the Cardinals now.
Right. And not St.
Arizona football.
Right,
sorry.
Right.
But it just. But his tweet about Patrick Mahomes, was hilarious. It was in reference to the 24-0 against the Chiefs. Mm-hmm. That's what it was in reference to. Even though they still, lost. Oh, I'm sorry. Was that the game where I called they were gonna win the whole dang on thing? I think it was. That was the game. That was the first round of the playoffs. They were down 24-0, and then just came back on them.
Yeah.
And I called it when they were down like 14-0. I'm like, Chiefs winning the Super Bowl.
And what happened?
And the only reason I said that is because the Patriots had just got eliminated. So I was like, oh, there it is. Clear path. Ain't nobody
I was so happy that night.
Huh?
I was so happy that night.
Oh, I was.
Yeah. I was texting my brother, like, haha, Brady sucks. Which honestly he doesn't, but still, I just like messing with him.
I was
he gives
just
me crap about the Astros, so I can give him crap about the Patriots.
Shout out to Cam. I don't know if he's watching. He made a Facebook post. It was something talking about, like, last play of the game. You need a 99-yard drive. Who you going with? And then he was like, Tom Brady. So my response was, oh, that's interesting. I actually have a clip of Tom Brady needing 90 or more yards in the last play of the game. Let's watch. It was the last play of that playoff game against the Titans. And we all remember what happened because I couldn't believe it, but I was happy it happened. That boy threw a pick. This is probably the worst interception of his career.
I'd probably still pick Brady, though, but You know, one bad time out of all that.
I mean, the contenders that were there, I think Aaron Rodgers was one of them. I go with Aaron 9 times out of 10 because I don't know how he does it, but he
Aaron's
does
a
it.
good one.
I don't know how he does it, but he does it. And Joe, that being said, thank you very much once again for your time.
Thanks for having me again.
And congratulations once again to you and Brendan.
On Baby Bova.
Thanks, guys.
All right.
Exciting.
You have a good one.
You too.
Catch you on the flip.
All right. That was Joe. Came in with a great story to tell. Great upcoming great addition. So it should be pretty fun for. And man, right there, that's pretty much our show, man. Did you have a final say?
In the midst of everything that's going on, please remember to take COVID-19 serious. It kind of hit home for me Monday. My friend down in Atlanta, childhood friend, I called her. She posted on her social media saying she had been in the hospital for 9 days. And I was like I called her joking. I'm like, what, you got it? She was like, yeah, I do. And then everything just changed because, you know, people always say it, but it isn't until it hits somebody that you know that it affects you different. I've been taking it so serious since then. I got 3 masks in the car. It's not a game. So with that being said, it's not a game. July 26th, I believe, my church is going to be offering free COVID-19 testing. So just want to put that out there.
Name of the church?
Centennial Christian Church. We haven't been there since the coronavirus hit, but we'll be there doing free drive-up COVID tests. So if you haven't got tested and you want to get tested, go ahead, pull up as the date gets closer. I'll be sharing the information. Yeah, that's my final say. It's big fuck Rona, okay? Like, that's it. That's all I got.
And mine, just to add on in regards to what you said earlier, how things doesn't really hit home until something happens to someone that you know. We know people are out there going to public beaches, going to this place. I've seen many a posts that say, hey, you know, don't shame people who go out to these places and live their best life.
Nah, we gonna shame you.
And the whole nine. It's just like going to Walmart or going to the gas station. You can still get it. I agree with that. But at the same token, don't be reckless. Because it's a difference between just going out somewhere, any place in public, and you just doing ignorant stuff and being reckless compared to those who are taking the proper precautions and thinking about others. The problem with what's going on with this pandemic is that so many people are thinking about the free will and I'm going to just do me regardless, but it's not just about you.
So many people, like the people in Detroit.
It's not just about you. So be smart with when you leave the house because it's not just about you. Next week.
Think about somebody other than yourself, you big dummy.
Right. Next week, we have an incredible show. Back to our guest. And it is an honor and privilege. I know Stan gonna be like, "Oh wow, this here is gonna be crazy." But next week,
it is gonna be crazy because you're gonna have one subject and one subject only, and I'm gonna need you to let it go. Okay?
I don't think this man here will allow me, and that's Coach Conzo Martin from the University of Missouri men's basketball team. He will be our special guest.
You got to give me $10 for every Porter family question.
$10
for everyone, because you know you got them. You're going to ask them, what was it like coaching Michael Porter Jr.?
We're going to definitely catch up with a lot of great topics with him. Definitely going to be very cool to have this man on the show. He'll be joining us via phone.
Yep.
It's going to be fun, y'all. The show continues to get, like I said, better and better. Once again, be bigger. Thank you for everything that you have done. Continue to do what you do. If you have ideas, shoot them my way, or to me, or the stand, should I say, as well. Continue to let people know what's going on with what we got, because this will continue to be everyone's Wednesday night sports delight. Joe, congratulations to you once again. Shouts out to my boy Jason. He sent me this dope photo of St. Louis that he took from his own lens a while back, and he had it posted on Facebook. I said, dude, can I use that photo for my show? So what you're seeing right now is his camera work doing his thing, a beautiful skyline shot of the Lou. If you I
I like it.
If you are a photographer, you got some dope St. Louis stuff, send it my way. Send it to the Platform Sports Talk Show. Just put in Platform Sports Talk Show at gmail.com, and we will add your dope photography on our show so the world can see, because we all about showing love, y'all. So keep this thing going. It is the Platform Sports Talk Show with your boy Smooth.
And wait for it. No, we got to go. Stand, baby.
Because when it's about sports,
it becomes our business. And business just picked up.
And for the last time, we wanted to say goodbye to B. Baker by doing like this, because we are out of here. It's your Wednesday night Sports Delight, the Platform Sports Talk Show. When it's about sports,
it becomes our business.
And business just picked up.
It's your boy Smooth.
B. Baker, Northside's finest.
It's your boy Stanton, baby.
Every Wednesday at 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Facebook, Twitter, and on YouTube. Make sure y'all subscribe. Click on that bell, because once we go live,
you will be notified.
Battlehawks are going to come down and they're going to beat them.